As someone who spends over $300 a month on AI tools to run my channel, I'm always on the lookout for an all-in-one solution that can save me time and money while delivering top-notch results. Well, I think I found one. I recently discovered ChatLLM Teams by Abacus AI, and it brings together all my favorite large language models, everything from the GPTs in ChatGPT Plus to Clean AI, Ideogram, even the new DeepSeek and more, all in one place. And the best part, it's only $10 per month, which is half the price of ChatGPT Plus at $20. At first, I thought it sounded too good to be true, but after testing it myself, I decided I had to share it with you guys. So in today's video, we'll review ChatLLM Teams to see if it's worth canceling your image, video, and ChatGPT plans. I'll walk you through what I love about it and areas that could use some improvement. To get started, visit the website. I'll leave the link in the description and pinned comment so you can follow along. You'll be taken to a sign-up page where you'll need to enter your details. Next, it will ask for a credit card. Now, here's something a bit confusing. It mentions a 2-month subscription, stating that the first month is free, but then also says you'll be billed for the first month. After checking their FAQ, I found that the $10 covers the first 2 months. This should really be clarified to avoid any misunderstandings. Anyway, I entered my card details, completed the payment, and was taken to their main interface. Let's jump into the interface. Let me quickly walk you through what you'll see. Here on the left, we have previous chats you've used within the platform. Then you have a couple of tools here. We have Code LLM, Computer Agent AI Engineer, and GitHub Connect. There are a couple of tools we'll be reviewing. And here at the very top, once you click on the drop down, you will see all the large language models they have. You can see they have GPT-4o, Claude, GPT-01 Mini, which is very good for reasoning. They have different models from DeepSeek to Gemini, and they also have Llama from Meta. You can also have custom chatbots if you have created one. I've created one here, and I will show you how I created this as well. And then after this, you could have a couple of quick buttons you could use in the interface depending on what you want to create. Then here you have your image. If you want to generate images, you have different models from Flux 1 to DALL-E 3 to Recraft to Ideogram. So we'll be testing a couple of these to compare them with the results from the individual platforms. Then you also have code for those who do a lot of coding, PowerPoint generation. They can generate video as well as edit, do video analysis, and so much more. To test this out, we'll be starting by testing the GPT functionality, which is something that we use very often on this channel and I use in my workflow. I'll be using GPT-4o. The first thing that I'll be testing is to use it to create a specific story for a children's story video animation. So basically, I'm going to use it to create a children's story. Here, I've typed in a prompt to give me a short story about a boy and his adventure to find a lost scroll. I would click on the enter button and it starts generating a story. This is very similar to what we would have in normal ChatGPT, which is cool. What we could do next is to ask it to break the story into scenes while describing the character, so we could use that character in an image generator. So what I'm going to do is I will type it in and say, also break it down into scenes with character description for an image generator, and click enter and see what it's going to do. From here, we can see that it has broken down the description and the character. One good thing about this tool is that you can click on this icon that says humanize and you can change the tone of the generation. You could choose depending on what you are writing. For example, if you are doing school essays, you could use AI detector proof. You could use professional, funny, and clever, but I like the tone of this as a story. This is to show you that this humanized feature is available. Once I have this, the next thing I will do is to create the image of the character. Before now, we would have to go to multiple tools to do that, but from here, we could do it just from one interface. I would select the first, which is the curious adventure boy of about 12 years old with his character. And I will go down here and click on image. Here I have the option to choose different models. In this situation, I'm going to use Flux 1.1 Pro. It tends to give this more 3D animation feel that I like. I'm going to choose 2, and then you could put in that prompt. So you could say here the full body, because we want to see the full body of the boy. Then choose modify the input prompt for image generation. If there's any random seed, you could put it here, but I'll leave it blank for now. And then you could go ahead and choose the sizes that you want depending on what you are creating. I'll choose this and click on generate and wait for it to generate the image. This is the result it generated. It generated an image of a boy in an animation format. It looks almost realistic. This is another one. I went ahead to generate another one to look more like a Pixar style, which looks good. For us to animate this, I could just click on download. It downloads to my computer. To animate it, what you could do is to come here where we have more and click on video gen. You could choose between hailuo AI, Runway, or Luma Labs, as well as Kling AI. I will choose Kling AI version 1.6 because that's the one that tends to have the best realistic animation so far. And then I'll choose the Pro model. Then I'm going to upload the image of the boy here, and I'll just say boy dancing just to see what it's going to create. And then go ahead and use your aspect ratio. For this, I'm going to leave it the way it is. For the aspect ratio, I'll use 16:9. For the duration, I'll leave it as 5 seconds. For the modification of the prompt, I'll put it on as well and click on generate. So I'm going to do this for both the Kling AI as well as hailuo AI so we could compare. This is the video that was generated by Kling AI version 1.6. As you can see, it's really cool. Nothing is morphing. Then I tried generating another one with hailuo AI, and this is it. This is not bad, but I think I prefer the Kling version 1.6. That's how to use the image and the video functionality. I wanted to test one more image generator, ideogram. You could use ideogram to generate images for print-on-demand designs for your t-shirts, mugs, and different things. So let me try this out. I will choose ideogram, choose 2 images, and I'm going to put in a prompt that says a stylish vector illustration of powered by AI, fueled by creativity. And I put in more details of what I want the vector image to look like, and then select modify prompt. For the aspect ratio, I'll go ahead and choose 4:3, so it's in a format for a t-shirt. The style, I'll leave it as auto. I'll leave everything the way it is and click on generate. From the result, his is not bad. Let's look at the second one. This looks good, very familiar with what I know from ideogram. Obviously, with things like this, you would have to try a couple of times to get your result, but this is really good. Something else that I wanted to test as well would be their chat by PDF feature. But before I test that, I recently came across a particular research by Omnihuman one that talks about how to animate characters directly from images, and it will have proper lip sync and corresponding hand gestures. The results are damn right amazing. I was looking into this to see if the tool is available. Unfortunately, it's not available yet. It's still an ongoing research. So what I wanted to do basically is to read more on the research paper, which is about 15 pages without going through all the pages. I download it and then use the chatbot, the ChatLLM, to narrow down the specific features of this and what the tools are using to be able to generate this. Coming back to the ChatLLM team, click on the upload button and upload the file that I downloaded, then ask it to tell me what models were used to generate the results and click enter. It's going to go ahead and analyze that, and then it's going to tell us exactly what model was used to generate the result we saw earlier. And that's how you could use it to chat with the PDF that you have. Also for the PDF, you can see it here uploaded and can preview it by clicking on it. This feature comes very handy if you're like me, who is always looking out for AI tools and looking into AI research to keep myself up to date without having to read loads and loads of research. Before I leave the chatting feature of ChatLLM Teams by Abacus AI, don't forget that there are other models you could try out and test for yourself. There are so many of them that I won't be able to cover every large language model in this tutorial, but this already proves that I can do what I need within the platform. Something else that I discovered that is going viral right now is creating chatbots and AI agents. These could help you automate your process and streamline your work. So when you come to AI Engineer, you click on it, it gives you two features. One is to create a custom chatbot and the other is to create an AI agent. In this tutorial, I'll be showing you how to create a custom chatbot. Once we click into the create a custom chatbot, it's going to ask us what's the name of the chatbot. So in this situation, I want to create a chatbot that would help with writing scripts for a faceless YouTube channel, for example. So I'll say YouTube script writer. Next, it asks what kind of capabilities I want the YouTube script writer to have, what style of speaking or tone it should use, and if I should focus on specific types of YouTube content like educational videos. It also asks whether I want to use any internet knowledge and YouTube best practices. I wrote that I want to focus on educational faceless YouTube content. One good thing about this is you can chat back and forth with it until it generates something very useful for you. It will say okay and go ahead to create that. It's going to use the internet knowledge. If you have specific information to give it, you can provide that. It will be used to train the model for your chatbot. Right now it's training the model and you can see that it's writing it out. Now it's done generating. I'm not a coder, but you can also read through it. It's written in plain English, so you can understand what it's doing and you can make modifications. Once the training is done, I'll just click on this chatbot and it opens in a different window. You can then ask it to write your script. So I could say, write an engaging script on why it sucks to be a horse. It has gone ahead to write the script. It broke down stating the SEO, hook, intro, main content, and conclusion, then call to action and even thumbnail ideas. This is good. You could refine it in such a way that it helps you to automate your process. This is something that I'll be going in depth sometime in the future once I've streamlined my process with this. So there you have it, my review of ChatLLM Teams by Abacus AI. Keep in mind that I only covered the tools that are most relevant to us, and there are still plenty of other features we didn't touch on. So is it worth switching over and canceling your other AI tools? That's for you to decide, but for me, I'm giving it a try to cut down on my costs. If you found this review helpful, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more AI tool reviews and tutorials. And if you're ready to explore ChatLLM Teams for yourself, the link is in the description below. I'd love to know your thoughts. Drop a comment and let's discuss. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.